Good morning, this is smartwatchspecifications.com, the premier site for smartwatch specs, news, and reviews. Okay, finally we have here, okay, as requested, the comparison between the i7 Pro smartwatch and the i7 Pro Max. And as you can see here, obviously they have similar charging, okay, method here, the charging cradle, okay, magnetic. So somewhat like a much better version of the Pogo pin magnetic charging cable here. So it is a charging cradle. Okay. And we have here the wearable. As you can see here, still they almost have the same look. Okay. Just different colors, I think. Okay. And slightly different finish. Still having a sporty silicone strap. And at the back cover here, as you can see, very different design, but still having the same features here, especially for the health sensors. On this side, let's see. Okay, and this is your i7 Pro Max. As you can see here, it has a much slimmer body. Okay, glossy finish here, but with the same crown button here. Okay, so this is your i7 Pro Max, much bigger than your i7 Pro. Okay, and it is much thicker. Okay, on the other side, let's see. Okay, almost the same design here. Just the i7 is just a slim. i7 Pro is just a slim version here. Okay, much smaller body. Okay, so for the display, so let's check if we do have a different watch face here. Okay. Let's look for a similar watch face for both of the wearable. Okay. So as you can see here, so you cannot notice it at all. It's almost the same look, but different style, I think, in the activation of the display here. But so far for the screen display, it's almost similar. Okay, 2.5D tempered glass with a slim bezel here. So let's have a closer look on the bezel here. Okay, you see it here. Let me change this one. So here the bezel of each wearable here. So almost similar in appearance here. Okay, going on its specs before we check on the features. Okay, especially the menus. Let's see here. So this is your i7 Pro. This is your i7 Pro Max. Okay, so the same zinc alloy. For the battery, the Pro Max is much bigger with having a 280 mAh, while for the i7 Pro we have 220 mAh battery. For the screen display, the other one is much bigger, 1.80-inch LCD. Still 5.2 Bluetooth version, but the 1.75 LCD screen of the i7 Pro is has a much higher resolution, as you can see here, 320 by 320 pixel resolution, while for the i7 Pro Max we have 240 by 285.0 resolution. Okay, so this Pro Max supports a much higher version of the operating system, Android 5.0, while and the iOS 9.0, while for the other one, the i7 Pro, we have the iOS 5.0 and the Android 4.0 and above platform. For the features here, almost have the same feature, okay, with games, Bluetooth call, and a heart rate. So we'll see it later on, okay. So the same wearable watch 7, okay. So it is in a watch 7 series here, okay. i7 Pro Max and i7 Pro. For the support app, I think this one is using the i7 Pro is using the M2 Wear support app, while for the i7 Pro Max it is using the iWatch Pro. Okay, so let's check on the menus of each wearable here. Okay, so we have it here. Okay, so let's have a much closer look to the smartwatch. So we'll check on its menus and features. Let's go first with the i7 Pro. Okay, so this is how you scroll on the different watch faces. Okay, so sliding from top to bottom, we have the games. From left to right, we have the split screen. From right to left, we have the menus. Okay, and on the bottom part, okay, we have the settings. Okay, while for the i7 Pro Max, so from top to bottom, we have of course the settings here. Left to right, we have the different watch faces. The same with the left to right, so it is very different from the i7 Pro. From top to bottom, we have the settings or shall we say the menus here. Okay, so different approach for each smartwatches. Okay, so here as you can see, while here it's watch faces. If you want to access the menu, that is how you access the menu. Swipe it from top to from bottom to top. Okay, so for the different functions, so let's check. So we have here the bubble type. Okay, you can zoom in and zoom out, I think, using the ground button here. Can we change the menu here? No, just see switch between the screen display and the watch and the menus, I mean. Okay, let's change. We have the option here. So we have the option for menus here. So 12 palace, 6 palace, baby's breath. So let's change to 6 palace. Let's see. So that's the main menu here. Okay, so the 12 palace is almost the same with this one, just more options in just one screen, or more menus in just one screen. Okay, so beautiful menus here, easy to access. Okay, easy to find what you're looking for with this menu. Okay, for the WP, we have somewhat like a, I think, window type screen display here. Okay, so let's go back to a 6 palace here. So as you can see here, we have different menus and different options. Okay, while for the i7 Pro Max, so we have the sports is already available outside of the main menu here, or the category menu. We have the menu style here, so there are no details. Okay, so this is somewhat like the WP, right? And let's go back. Okay, let's look for that menu again and let's change here. So we have 3 here. So this is somewhat like a baby's breath. Okay, bubble type menu. And we have the list here. So this is our favorite type of menu, easy to access. Okay, so going back to its main menu, so what are the different functions here? Okay, so we also have the steps here, the blood pressure, the message. Okay, you have the heart rate, sedentary reminder, phone book. So almost have the same features here. So let's check first with the heart rate. Okay, so different design. I like the design of the i7 Pro when it comes to monitoring here. But anyway, so let's check. So here, so it's checking. With the i7 Pro, as you can see here, we already have the blood pressure monitor on the bottom part. Compared to the i7 Pro Max, that is not available right away. So you still have to look for the blood pressure. It's in a different area or different menu. Okay, separate menu from the heart rate. While here in the i7 Pro Max, it is already available in the heart rate section. Okay, going back. So let's check for the sports function here. We have a sports function. We have here in the i7 Pro. While for the i7 Pro Max, I just don't like the style here. It's already available in the main menu. So it's not categorized, I mean. As you can see here. Okay, we already have it outside tennis, bike riding, volleyball, jumping jack. I hope I hope that they have put it in a one single category so it is very easy to access. Okay, the menu is not clutter. Okay, we also have stopwatch, looking for weather. Okay, dual mode, we also have support for Twitter and Facebook. Okay, so with regards to the sports, let's see. So it tracks for the distance, I guess the time, calories, and beats per minute. While here, let's see. So running, it tracks for the time. I guess this one is the calories. So it's not full detailed compared to the iPro. Okay. So I guess it is based on the support app. I don't know. Which is that the iPro Max do have a much fewer okay options or features for activity tracking compared to the iPro. Okay, it's the other way around, I think. The i7 Pro should be called the iPro Max when it comes to features. Okay, but of course for this screen display, okay, the edge goes to the iPro Max. Okay, the iPro do have a much smaller screen display. Okay, when it comes to size, but when it comes to screen resolution, the i7 Pro do have a much higher screen resolution, okay, compared to the i7 Pro Max. Okay, so as you can see, it supports different functionalities, also supports language. Okay, both to support Bluetooth call and sleep monitoring as well as weather. Okay, let me check on the weather here. So you have to connect on the support app. Where's the weather for the other one? Okay, so we have a details here. We got the record when we connected our smartwatch yesterday to the support app. So we have the sleep monitoring. How about here? We have the sleep monitoring here. Where's our sleep monitoring? Brief. Okay. So as you can see, we have a much better detail on the i7 Pro compared to i7 Pro Max. Okay, maybe if we get a new update for the i7 Pro Max, okay, they might add additional functions. Settings. Okay, so far that's it for the different features of the i7 Pro versus the i7 Pro Max. Okay, a comparison review on its specifications, menus, and features. If you have any questions regarding these two wearables, please drop a comment below and we'll try to answer your queries if we do have the time. Again, this is smartwatchspecifications.com, the premier site for smartwatch specs, news, and reviews. Goodbye.